The truth is, our clients probably hired us because we're taking on labor risk, tech risk, and we're banking them for free. And they're very happy to have those three things.
Welcome to another $4 million Strategies, the best 4 minutes of business for practical strategies and tips you could apply to your business today. Very excited to have with us Louis Schiff. He is the chairman of Birthing of Giants. Our discussion today, a little bit different, how to create your strategic value stream map in the business to make sure you're creating value. Louis, what's some insights you could provide to business owners today?
Okay, follow me here. There are three reasons why your clients probably hired you. Probably you're a small company solving a problem for larger businesses. Probably, but not definitely, you do it primarily through the provision of services as opposed to products or technology. So the most common sort of moneymaker in America would be a small services business that solves problems for larger companies. That's the most typical. And here's how they do it. It's three things. One, you have agreed to take on headcount that your clients don't want to take on. Now, that's not how the gig was put, but you, for example, you have programmers or you have laborers or you have something that instead of them putting them on staff, which at let's say a typical Fortune 500 company is a pretty expensive proposition to put somebody on staff, they'd rather you hire that person. They'd rather you compensate that person. So they're outsourcing labor to us. Okay, that's one. Two is they are outsourcing technology risk. In other words, if you've ever worked in the Fortune 500 world, you know it's a really big deal for them to add a new tech to their stack because they have to train thousands of people. There's cyber risk. What happens if the company goes out of business? On and on and on. They'd rather you deploy technology in your little shop than they have to do it. So you're taking on technology risk. So it's labor risk and technology risk. And third, most insidious of all, is you have to pay your workers every 2 weeks and they pay you roughly every 60 days. So they've got like a 6-week, float, a free no interest loan from you effectively. So the dirty little secret is that small business is the bank to corporate America. And we've signed up for that. And while I'm sure you do a great job at whatever you do, the truth is our clients probably hired us because we're taking on labor risk, tech risk, and we're banking them for free. And they're very happy to have those three things. So the value map is you get in the door by being really good at those three things, pulling people together to do great work, using tech to make things more efficient, and hustling to make the finances work out in that, weird concoction. The value chain would be, how do I reverse all three? So instead of being paid 60 days after the fact, what if I got paid, on the first day of the month? Like we all pay our Netflix subscriptions that way. What if we paid at the beginning instead of towards the end? Moving up to tech risk, you take all that tech that you've used over the years and ask yourself, what's the proprietary tech I could be building here to do this? Maybe you can solve a problem for your industry. Maybe you can build tech that really makes your company that much more efficient. That's proprietary, that you'll own at the end of the story. So being a deployer of tech, what can I learn about how to build my own proprietary tech? And then the third would be, how do I address the labor issue? And this is, a tricky question or even political in some ways, but how do I manage to run my company with 5 people instead of 10? Where's the tech that allowed me to use 5 people instead of 10? And so if you start to address the cash piece, the tech piece, and the labor piece over a period of years, you can't do this overnight, over a period of years. And so the company you started with, which addressed a labor, a tech, and a financing issue for your larger clients, now becomes an advantageous position for you in labor, tech, and financing. You have a much stronger company at the end of that journey. And that's the company you actually want to sell.
Those were great insights, Louis. Thank you so much for being part of $4 Million Strategies.